Oklahoma, huddle up. It's time to go inside the high school huddle on Hot 93.7 FM and streaming worldwide on GuthrieSportsPage.com. The high school huddle will take you where you want to go with coaches, players, your phone calls, texts, and tweets. Join the huddle and let's talk high school sports with your hosts, Chris Evans, Casey Porter, and Phil Nichols.
It is the High School Huddle here on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI. So glad to have you on board as we get set for another round of the playoffs, along with Bill Van Ness in our Stillwater studio. Casey Porter, Phil Nichols, I am Chris Evans, and we are ready to go for yet another week. And last week, guys, we were talking about OSSAA consolidating schools, and then Mary Fallon brings out executive. Imagine if the show was 2 hours long, what we can get done, Phil.
We have the budget balanced in an hour.
You mean how much trouble we could get into? Is that what you mean?
That's another deal.
Too, but I mean, we get stuff done.
We'll leave the Oklahoma legislature for another forum.
Did you say Bill Van Ness is back in studio listening right now?
That's a handsome man.
We got the A team tonight.
Well, that means that we have to watch it, right?
Yes,
we have to be careful tonight,
yes,
right?
Yes, because your facts better be right, or he's going to tell you that is not right. But hey, real quick, I want to get to this. We really haven't talked a whole lot of Class B and Class C football this year. Paul Craig Hunter, I think, is going to go on and do things in Class C, although they barely got by this week. And our friends over in Coyle, we support them as well. They got beat last week. But you look at Tipton, guys. They put 106 points on the scoreboard, and they finally got the mercy rule there in the second half. But they won like 106 to 52.
58.
And this is like a second-round playoff game. Class B, Class C games, I can't get excited about because you very well can get to the state championship game and see someone win by 30 points.
Or more. It's happened several times.
That goes back to the consolidating that we talked about last week, too. Would it be better football if you consolidated B and C schools at least into one football team?
Yeah, sure it would.
Yeah, Tipton beat Tulsa Regent Prep 106 to 58. It was 62-34 at halftime, and then they eventually got the mercy rule. But it's just I haven't been able to get excited for B and C in a long time.
And I'm not one to agree with Mary Fallon on anything. I want to qualify that. But
we did drive to Guyman, Woodward, Lawton, and Ardmore this year, so we're well aware of that.
Yes,
by the way.
Very well.
It's true. It is true. But consolidating districts is, it's definitely a way to save some money.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
And she was going off administration costs.
Yeah.
that would eliminate. We looked it up, Casey.
Superintendents.
Yeah. We looked at. There's like
480 some odd high schools,
and then there's like a handful, more than a handful of schools that even have like 50 ADM.
Yeah.
So
and there's I know two that I know of that have less than 10.
Yeah, it's a real sad. It's sad, but it's the time that we are, and so you have to. It worked in the past, but is it going to work in the present? Is it going to work in the future? And that's something I guess the folks in ties and dresses have to decide on that. But
I had a guy tell me today in an email wasn't very happy for me. He called me a very, very not nice name. I don't even refer to my kitty cat to the name he called me. And then he said, "You need to go get a skirt."
Jeez.
I thought you were over your emotions.
Well, I'm laughing about it now.
Now you're laughing. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, what was that score? 100 and what?
106 to 58.
What do you think about that 106, Phil?
Well, I can tell you it's not the most points scored. It is for a playoff record. It is.
That's not a state record?
No. This year, your school, the deaf school, scored 124 points.
Brought that up.
Yeah. Don't forget Beth. Then they scored 124, but it is a state playoff record of the 106 points.
Yeah, there is a mercy rule, so they keep playing.
Which is 45 points or more.
Right, so they keep playing.
Yeah.
Right? They're just so I doubt it wouldn't have got to 100. Listen, I don't like any football game. It's 106 to 58. Right?
But somebody had like 700 yards of rushing, I think.
But
it was.
Chris, remember, stats cannot be misleading.
I know. It's just.
I don't.
I've got
I'm
no
with you
problem
though.
with
It's
it.
hard to get real excited about it.
I got no problem with them scoring that many points. There's a mercy rule in place for that.
Right, and the other team keeps scoring and keeps them
Don't
within
score. Yeah,
if you want the game to be over, just quit scoring.
Absolutely. That's why the mercy rule's there.
And I was reading it was 62-34 at halftime, and the coach is like, we better keep scoring.
Yeah.
We might not win.
I mean, the other team scored almost 60. You can't stop scoring. Obviously, they're scoring in one play. These aren't scoring drives.
This is not a case, in my opinion, this is not a case of a coach sitting on the sideline saying we're going to run it up on these boys. That's not what we're doing with
Putnam City earlier this year, I can't remember who it was.
Be
they
careful.
had a 28-point lead going like with like 7 minutes to go in the game. And they put all their backups in. They sat on the ball. They turned the ball over about 3 different times and ended up losing the game.
Might have been Putnam City West.
Yeah, it may have been Putnam City West.
Yeah.
But anyways, whenever you can't play any defense at all, and in a high school setting to where all heck can break loose, you can fumble it a couple times. If you're going to score 60 points, I don't feel sorry for you if you give up over 100. The other team's going to keep scoring, right?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of basketball schools that like to have a 62-34 final, much less a halftime of a football game. But anyway, let's
is OSU's basketball team going to average as many points as their football team does this year?
There's a chance. There's a chance that's a no.
It's early, but man, it's going to be tough sledding. But real quickly, one of the big upsets. I don't know if it's an upset. We'll get your opinion. Midwest City Bombers go down to Bixby. Bixby, of course, there's 3 state championships, all belong to Bixby in 6A Division II. But Bixby takes down Midwest City 14-12. I think all 3 of us had Midwest City in the finals. And
no
Bixby, all the off the field allegations, Casey, and then they just come out and not take it, but it was obviously a good game, but win over the Bombers.
Well, and I think what came out a couple weeks ago, at least what was initially reported, I think a lot of us, I know I did, I said, well, you can go ahead and put a nail in those cats. I mean, they're done in Bixby. And I think all it's done is it's raised up the kids that are still playing. It's united them, and they're playing lights out, playing the best football they've played all year. So you never know what's going to happen, right?
Slow start for the Spartans, but they've really come on.
Well, and whenever you play the schedule that they played, you played Jinx and all those teams, whenever you get up against a Midwest City-type team, you're not overwhelmed by their athleticism, right? Because you've seen it all year. Right. So I would say, of course, we all 3 did pick Midwest City. I do think they're the most talented team. I would say that's an upset. I would not say it's a surprise.
No, I think it's an upset, but it's not a shocker. It's not, I mean, these are 3-time defending state champions, so the senior kids don't know anything but gold balls, right? So they're used to lifting up the gold ball every year. So it is what it is. And I do think that Booker T is going to end their state championship run. I do think Booker T will win that state title game, but I thought Midwest City would handle them too. So anything can happen.
I wanted to see that rematch too, because I do think those are the 2 most talented teams. They, at least at the top end, that you take the top 5 athletes of each team. I think Midwest City and Booker T obviously have the top 5 most talented athletes of any teams in Oklahoma, and just to see those players hook up against each other again after the epic battle they had earlier. I was looking forward to that. So a little disappointed that Bixby won that game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Bixby won 14-12, and you're talking about the Booker T Midwest City game. I think that was week 2, an overtime game, a game in the mid-20s, and it was a good one. And speaking of Booker T Washington, obviously got Dax Hill, the younger brother of the great running back at Oklahoma State.
Boy, he has turned it on too.
And then you have the McQuarters kid. So Booker T Washington is very talented as well.
Rylan is the son of R.W. McQuarters, who played in the late 90s. About 97, I think, is when he graduated. And the reason why I remember that is because it was that was the year that that was the first time in a long time that a non-offensive player won the Heisman that year. If you remember the Woodson kid from Michigan.
Yep.
And he was almost like a cloned R.W.
Yeah.
They played kind of the same roles, and we here obviously thought R.W. was better than him, and that kind of deal. So I remember that very well.
R.W. had a pretty decent old career at the next level, too.
Remember, R.W. wanted to be a Sooner. Wanted to be a Sooner.
Yeah, and legend has it that Howard didn't answer his phone call when he called.
Howard Schnellenberger,
Howard Schnellenberger. And a lot of people forget about R.W. McQuarters is that he played 2 sports at OSU.
Yep.
He was a star in both sports. I mean, a lot of people would tell you he was better in basketball than he was in football, but he had a higher ceiling in football.
Yeah, Booker T. Washington, they've They're averaging like, 53 points a ball game in the playoffs. Beat Pump City first round, 56-21. Booker T defeated Lawton this past week, 50-12. And now the 6A1, 6A2 teams will have a week off and will play on December 1st. And I think Booker T Washington, even if they were playing Midwest City, I'd be picking Booker T Washington. But I'd pick that even more over Bixby.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We got a couple weeks to talk about it. So
2 weeks?
Yeah, they got the week off. There's only 15, 16 teams.
They can spread it out over a long period of time.
Yeah, so Jinx goes down to Owasso 21-0, and Union takes down Broken Arrow 21-0. So we have a Owasso Union matchup like we anticipated at the beginning of the year.
Finally going to settle our little debate.
Yes.
I won round one.
You did win round one, the round that does not matter.
Yeah.
Double overtime.
That's true. It was a whale of a ball game.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, if you're using your eyes and your logic, you're probably picking Union in that game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm factoring in the.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Using logic, you pick Union.
Yeah.
Based on the way the year's gone.
Yeah, and the talent and.
Yeah.
But I'm factoring in the great athletes that Owasso does have, and they have a lot of them. And they probably have the best player in the state on their team, in my opinion, the most athletic player in the state. And they got a guy that's a pretty good coach. So
Blankenship, yeah.
Proctor
is
so
he might not be top three, but anyway, maybe to you he is.
who's better than Proctor?
Well, you got
C.J. Moore at Union. I'd say that.
You got Bray Walker, the lineman.
Besides C.J. Moore, who's better?
Bray
than
Walker, the Westmore lineman.
Besides him, who's better than Proctor?
And then you're about in that.
Dax Hill.
I don't think he's quite Dax
I
Hill.
don't think he is.
But Dax Hill's pretty darn
Dax
good.
is top 5 or 6.
There's one more I'm thinking of. I can't remember who it is. But anyway.
The defensive end at Midwest City, what's his name?
Yes.
How about this?
Jalen, the Richmond.
He's the best defensive back in the state of Oklahoma.
What about Devontae Hall? Where does he stack up in that? Of course, Devontae Hall pulled his hamstring, and I don't think he's playing this week.
Devontae Lee?
What I said? Devontae Lee. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes.
We'll get to that here in just a second. But
Chris is putting us in timeout.
No, I don't want to ruin the segment.
Okay. He's got to put in timeout.
But a great tease nonetheless.
6A1 does nothing for me. I'm sorry. It just
No, it doesn't.
It's
That's
like,
why I've been
okay,
riding
well, it's
this.
Owasso and Union. Okay, who cares?
I've been riding this Owasso, trying to create a little bit of fun back and forth, and
Yeah.
you just can't
Well,
really
I mean,
get that fired up about any of it.
And we won't spend much more time. But you got
Good.
Blankenship
I'm
going against
impressed.
his former team,
Yeah.
and so I mean,
That's cool.
If anybody can beat them or knows how to, win
There's
those
some
type of games.
storylines.
But I mean, it's like it's the same teams. It's like Alabama and LSU every year. I mean, at some point, don't you want to see like Mississippi State? I mean,
Yeah,
mean,
exactly. It's the same old, same old.
Real quickly, before we go to the break, let's talk Class 4A football because we will have a new state champion in Class 4A football. The 48-game winning streak is snapped. Blanchard goes on the road to Wagner and wins 23-14. Everyone was getting excited for Wagner Heritage Hall semifinal game, but that's and this one, just tease it a little bit here. Heritage Hall and Blanchard will meet for the 4th time in a row in the postseason play. Heritage Hall, and that was the first 3 were first-round games, but this obviously here a little bit more in a semifinal game here. But Blanchard 23-14 over Wagner, the state's largest 11-man record in Oklahoma history, is gone.
Yep.
That's what Chris told me. I asked him. I said, "Hey, did that team that had that long?" He goes, "Oh no, that's over."
It's done.
We talk about 6A1 being all about the Blue Bloods with Union and Owasso and Jinx and Broken Arrow being the same teams every year. Boy, the 4A bracket turned into all the Blue Bloods, didn't it?
Really
You
did.
talk about Heritage Hall, Blanchard, Ada, and you got Bethany there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Of course, they're kind of a newcomer there, being this year. They haven't been as great.
Reagan Roof had built that
Yes.
program, and now his assistant from a year ago took over and continue that. Yeah.
Yeah, but you're talking about some Blue Bloods still advancing in 4A too. Those are teams that especially you think of Ada, and obviously Blanchard's great in every sport, and then Heritage Hall. They've won all of the state titles in every sport. But that's a Blue Blood bracket, isn't it?
What's that, Phil? Oh. No, yeah, absolutely. And Ada, who's moving up to Class 5A next year, taking on Bethany. Obviously, Blanchard taking on Heritage Hall. So you have Blanchard, Ada, and Bethany trying to find a way to take down the big private school in Oklahoma City. Heritage Hall will be the favorite.
I got a question for you, Phil.
Oh boy!
Can you name me a
private school.
Division I football player from Ada, Oklahoma?
Well, there was Jeremy Shockey.
Okay. Can you name me 2?
I finally get one right. And instead of saying good job.
Good job. Can you name me 2?
Oh.
He wants you to say Brandon Daniels.
Yes, there you go.
Who's he?
He went to OU.
Yeah.
Did he play in the NFL?
No.
Okay.
He was good, though. He was the number 1 recruit.
Well,
Why is he like Brandon Daniels?
Well, because he had to play 8 different positions when OU was really bad.
Yes.
Oh, okay. He played in
that
the
was
dark
back
years.
whenever OU was going to bring the wishbone back. Remember
He played
that
in the
in the
dark
late 90s?
years.
Yes. Okay. Yes, he did. So, go Lions. Go Blanchard. That's who I guess we're rooting for. I like to see a Blanchard-Ada final.
I would like to see Bethany just because.
Yeah, and so that will be interesting to watch. That'll be good football. By the way, Blanchard and Heritage Hall will play Saturday 1:00 at Western Heights, and Bethany and Ada will play Saturday also at 1:00 against Noble. Don't say anything about the Bears. We'll talk about that next segment.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Now Ada, we talked about the OU connection with Brandon Daniels at Ada, and then Bethany. Don't they have the Thompson kids? Charles Thompson's boys there?
No.
No.
They're at Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't keep that straight.
Well, they move around so much,
Okay.
it's hard to keep up.
Well, and they're in basketball
and they
season.
were at Southmore last year. Right?
Yeah,
they're
okay,
in basketball
yeah,
season.
yeah.
With that, I'd like to.
They're dribbling a ball now.
All right, we need to get to our opening time out here on the High School Huddle. We appreciate you listening here on this Wednesday night. It is a busy time as college football is going. The top 4 is out for that. College basketball is on the way. So many tournaments. We got great high school football as well. So we got a lot to talk about. We're going to take
Did
our
you
opening
mention
time.
wrestling?
Wrestling is
Okay,
yeah.
good.
That's
Because Ace will be calling if you don't.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
And so we got a whole lot more. We're going to talk about 5A. We're going to talk 3A, 2A. After this timeout, this is the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM KSBI.
Legacy Wealth Advisory Group, your business wealth advisory experts, provide consulting, training, and turnkey solutions for businesses and their employees. Legacy provides solutions and strategies for employee benefits, human resources, commercial insurance, estate planning, and tax planning. Visit them online at legacywag.com or contact Legacy at 405-216-5578 for a free consultation and start planning your future today.
These tenders have always been my number 1. Crispy, tasty, crazy delicious. They rule.
Celebrate Golden Chick's golden anniversary with Golden Tenders. Pick up the $6 3-tender deal today. 3 crispy hand-battered tenders, fries or mashed potatoes, a hot roll, gravy or sauce, and a 20-ounce drink. All for just $6.
50 years. You rock, Golden Chick.
Golden Chick.
At Brown Engineering, our civil and environmental engineering services specialize in water systems for rural water districts and small communities in Oklahoma. Our architectural services specialize in civic and commercial architecture for small to medium-sized communities throughout the state. For engineering projects, call Phil Brown or Mike Brown. And for architectural projects, contact Jana Phillips at 405-372-4848. Brown Engineering, Architecture and Engineering.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 and the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600. Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
What makes a great bank? Financial strength, convenient hours in multiple locations, the latest financial tools. Bank First offers this and more, a lot more. In fact, Bank First employees volunteer with nonprofits, serve on school boards, church and civic groups in every city we serve. Bank First does this because we're more than just another bank. We're an integral part of 50 Oklahoma communities. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma and you. Member FDIC.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678. Don't have time to call? Send us a text at 405-973-8645 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
Health Advisory Group. Well, we've never had the Guthrie Police Department respond to our radio show until now.
And I quote, "Yeah, go ahead, Phil, touch that."
Apparently the panic buttons do work at our location, and the Guthrie Police Department response time is tremendous.
Amazing. They were up here like in 5 seconds. It's beautiful. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you to the Guthrie Police Department. The panic buttons do work in our location.
Thank you, Chris Evans.
Well, you pushed the buttons.
You told me to.
Oh, my gosh.
Did you tell me to?
Yeah.
Okay.
3 police officers, Phil. Not 1, not 2. You had 3 police officers come within 3 minutes.
That's good
All right.
stuff.
We are presented by Legacy Wealth Advisory Group. Go to LegacyWag.com, LegacyWagBenefits.com. Check out their great rates, and not only just insurance rates, but estate planning, wills, all this great stuff on there. LegacyWag.com, LegacyWagBenefits.com.
I almost needed my will is up to date, thank goodness, because that was pretty cool.
They didn't draw weapons.
You notice Casey didn't say a word? If they would have asked our driver's license, would that have been a problem?
All right. Wow. I thought you were going to the pin there for a minute.
Push him, Phil. Go ahead.
Push those buttons. Go right ahead. You've been wanting to. Sure.
Well, I haven't, though, because oh, boy.
We found the culprits is what they said.
They did. We found the
culprits. All right, let's talk 5A football. And the story of the playoff season might be those Noble Bears. Noble Bears, I had them losing in round 1. I had them losing in round 2. By the way, I have them losing here in round 3, too.
That's right.
And if they win, I'll have them losing in round 4.
Not quite believers just yet.
Not quite. Yeah. But the Noble Bears, round 1, take down Bishop Kelly 36-7. And then last week, and Casey's going to say, and I'm not surprised at all because he said it on the show last week, Noble goes to Ardmore and wins 28-14. And don't quote me on this, but I think this is the first time the Noble Bears have ever made it to the state semifinals.
That's big time for those kids, and that's good for those kids. You know, I told you when we were talking about it yesterday on the phone, I said it's got to feel like a lot like it did in Guthrie in 2002.
Yeah.
You know, they're winning playoff games that really nobody thought they would, except for Casey evidently. And next week they get an opportunity to play their Chickasha, because you remember 2002, I believe it was Chickasha that we knocked off to get in the finals. Guthrie did to knock off to get in the finals. So, I mean, the buzz, the energy, the excitement, anything can happen, because I'm telling you right now, there literally was not anybody in the state of Oklahoma that lived outside of Guthrie that thought our kids had a chance in heck of beating Booker T when we played them. 2 future first-round draft picks, and we win that game. So anything can happen.
Noble has been hitting it pretty good. K-State over the last couple of years, their baseball program, state tournament not too long ago, and now the basketball team still struggle, but their football team, they've always been known for powerlifting there as well. But Noble Bears take down Ardmore 28-14.
Yeah, not a surprise. And you know, we talk every single week. It's not about who has the most amount of talent. It's about the matchups. It's about the type of X and O scheme you run versus the type of an X and O scheme the other team runs, correct? So when you look at what Ardmore, but what Noble does with Coach Davison, offensive coordinator there, and the way they can run scheme against that defense that we saw at Ardmore and the way that they set up, I just knew Coach Davison, having seen how Guthrie tried to attack him, how other teams have tried to attack him, how Ardmore really stays basic with what they do. I knew they would struggle with Noble. And then when you look at, it's really not even a flex bone anymore. It's part wishbone. It's part wing football. There's some double wing to it, and there's some flex bone to it. But the way that Ardmore runs that flex bone and wishbone and all of that, and the way Noble sets up with their powerlifting teams, the way that they can stuff the run in the box, that's the type of player they have defensively. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that was a matchup that was made in heaven for the Noble Bears.
And that's a lot of X's and O's, and we talked about some of the other sports coming on, but it has nothing to do with Jimmy's and Joe's because that's obviously what it takes. But Noble Public Schools also passed a bond issue and improved tremendously their facilities. The football field has the nice turf on. They have the big thing on the end zone like a lot of schools, a lot of programs have now. And it's, you know, UCO is actually building one of those right now. Yeah. But the facilities, and so everything is improving in Noble, and they're rewarded with a good football team this year.
Yeah, very much so. And you know, like we said, they've had some great players come through there.
Yeah, and they were a playoff team.
Oh yeah. But it's really good to see. It's always good to see a team get that first real run.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of excitement.
Who was what was his name? The shortstop that came through when you were playing mid-'90s, went to OU.
Yeah.
Jim Smith.
No.
Not Trent Fisher.
Brad
I always
Jones.
want to call him Trent Fisher. That's not his name.
Yeah, Fisher. It's Fisher. Shane Fisher.
Shane Fisher.
Yes.
Yeah, his boy's in 7th grade, and he weighs about 160 pounds and is left-handed and can throw it about 100 yards in the air. That 7th grade group has about, I mean, I don't want to talk about that. Well, I mean, what I'm saying is, so they're getting back to some of the what I'm saying, my point being is, they're rolling back through some of those mid-'90s guys that were really good at Noble.
Yep.
You remember those teams?
Yeah. Well,
and
even
those are the kids that are playing now for Noble.
Well, and even further, a little bit closer time, I think it was around 06, 07, 08. Kobe Whitlock. Who,
yes, correct.
Big lineman, went to Texas Tech. And
that was a mean little sucker.
I think there was some Noble playoff teams in there.
Yeah.
And it was just a few years ago. I was talking about Noble. Like one of the best things that happened to Harrah High School or Harrah Public Schools is they dropped down to 4A.
Right.
And they started immediately winning football games. That's what I said. That's what I was saying about Noble. They just need to dip down to 4A so they can have some success because their basketball teams have really been down for several years, and their football team had been down. But, man, here they are, semifinals.
I'll tell you what, though, I'm not sure this year it wouldn't be better. I mean, do you really want to play Heritage Hall and Blanchard and all those teams, or would you rather go? Would you rather, have to play an Ardmore who? Yeah, I mean, and let's give Ardmore this credit. They were down 3 kids.
Yeah, down 3 kids.
And their most explosive player, the quarterback, which we know in that flex bone. We saw it with Benway, with Altus 2 years ago. When you have a quarterback that makes that thing go, it's very difficult to stop.
Very difficult.
When you have a quarterback who's just trying to that's not a game manager position for the flex bone. Does that make sense? If you have a game manager back there running the flex bone, it's not a great offense. And so that's kind of what happened to him.
Just to go back real quick, Harrow's winning 1 or 2 games. Yes. At least they were making the playoffs.
Right.
And 4A now, obviously, the Blue Bloods have dominate that. And but another story, guys, that we need to talk about is Bishop McGuinness. They win 28-21 first round over Dale City, and then they take down Tahlequah on the road. Final score there was 19-9. But guys, McGuinness is doing this without their 2 best players, offensive lineman and the running back. They're depending much on their defense, but this is another –
and coaching.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to get to. The coaching, Justin Jones and his crew, getting the guys in the right spot. And so this will be a great one between McGuinness and Noble just because the coaching has overcome some of the injuries, and these are big injuries. I mean, these are like two of the top kids in the state. So
kid going to Georgia and a kid that will have offers from schools like Georgia probably before he's done.
Yeah, Dominic Richardson, the Piedmont transfer, had the injury early on in week 1. Of course, Owen Condon injured earlier this season. Yeah. So McGinnis really depending on their defense right now. And they did. Held Telecall to 9 points and Del City to 21 points. Just trying to give – obviously, the McGinnis offense is not going to be where it once was because of those two stud players. So they're going to have to depend on that defense a whole lot more.
And I think McGinnis will prevail in this game. I because of the reasons you just said. I mean, I think they're – I don't know how many kids in Noble – are real happy where they're at right now, and I'm guessing on this guy. Yeah, and they feel like they've arrived. And I'm not saying they do feel that way. I'm just saying
is it there?
Is it there? And I guarantee you every kid at McGinnis assumes they're going to win this game.
Yeah, McGinnis was in the state championship last year against Carl Albert, lost in the finals. I know Noble fans, Noble players want Phil and I to pick against them as we have.
Absolutely.
And we are. So
yeah, we are. So you're welcome.
Yeah, you very well can be welcome. But we'll get a balanced opinion here with Casey, who has talked up Noble for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He's talked up McGinnis since Justin Jones has arrived in McGinnis.
Yeah.
So we'll get a balanced answer here.
Boy, I'll tell you what. I think if you matched them up against a bus and just looked at who has the better players, I think you're going to say Noble. I think if you're an X and O geek, that's the game to go watch. I mean, there's going to be X and O fireworks going all over that field when you talk about Coach Kyle Davison, the offensive coordinator at Noble, and then the job that Justin Jones does. If you want to know what type of offense McGinnis runs, turn it on Saturday and watch OU play. Because I guarantee he sits there and watches OU, and then if they come up with something like that, you know that pop pass they throw to Dimitri Flowers,
works every time.
And you'll see McGinnis run it that next Friday.
Yeah.
So it's going to be absolute fireworks when it comes to X and O's. I think Noble's the better team right now, but McGinnis has the experience. And I think when you throw it all in there and you mix it up and it comes out on the other end, I think McGinnis wins.
Well, if you want to,
that's how I am, Case. I just can't get past it.
If you want an experienced unit, it's the McGinnis defense.
Yes.
You know, Noble offense defense not experienced like McGinnis defense is. Obviously, McGinnis offense is not experienced as the McGinnis defense either. But, you know, and defense is critical this time of year. McGinnis obviously used it last week in the victory over Telecall by only scoring 19 points. So that will be a fun game to watch. By the way, that game is Friday night, 7 o'clock at Western Heights High School. So be a good one to get out there.
We could watch like 5 minutes of that.
Yeah. We're saving the Chris and Tigers. Don't forget, Tigers. We're coming up to you here in our next segment. We have not forgot about you in Class A football. The other side of the bracket, Carl Albert hosted Claremore, won that game 49-23. Of course, Carl Albert defeated Lawton Mack in week 1, 41-15. Sky took one of the top 2 teams in the state on the east side, took down Altus. That game was played in Sky took. That game there was 20-7. So you have a Carl Albert Sky took matchup, which is in Carl Albert's backyard at Choctaw High School.
I'm sorry, guys. But I took a quick nap.
We saw Sky took a couple years ago, and they continue to play good football over the last couple of years. But they got
a good year.
They got undefeated. Carl Albert.
Phil, do you know what Sky Took and Okarche have in common?
They're both going to lose this Friday.
Okarche don't play football.
It sounded good, Chris.
Oh, maybe the basketball team.
Sky Took and Okarche, what do they have in common?
Chicken?
There's two.
Whoa. Yeah, I know the answer. I know the answer. And it's the same way with Cashin, too.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. The county line goes through the town.
The town is in 2 different counties.
That ever again. I've had police come up here.
The town is in 2 different counties.
Yeah.
That's cool. Kingfisher.
Sorry, I got excited.
Or Cashin's like that.
Yeah, we just said that.
So he just said.
You did say Cashin.
Yeah, while you were trying to avoid his right fist.
I said Okarche.
Well, he said Cashin, too.
Oh, well, you screamed and it startled me.
Okay.
So did me scare you more, or did the police scare you more?
Kind of used to the police thing.
Hey, by the way, that Facebook video is pretty darn good, man.
So so we got Carl Albert. By the way, Carl Albert has never won a state championship undefeated. So
Well, they're fixing to remedy that, in my opinion.
The quarterback, Ben Harris for Carl Albert, continues to get the right thing. Of course, as a freshman quarterback, it's good to be surrounded by players, but he continues to put the ball in the right spot for those two receivers out there, Taylor and Richards. Obviously, the Taylor running the football. And the Carl Albert defense is good. I'm trying to.
Can I Carl Albert, right, to win it all? Carl Albert,
yeah.
right? Hey, can I give a shout-out to one of my dear friends, 30 years in the United States Army as a helicopter pilot.
Congratulations.
Sends me a picture today on Facebook. He says,
doing some recon there?
He says, Phil Nichols, I was passing by Monday. What's that stadium up? What is that? That's beautiful Oklahoma State University. He's a helicopter pilot, has flown for, as I said, for over 30 years, been deployed multiple times into scary, scary places. Great guy, great Eureka tornado. So I wanted, and Mark is watching right now.
Yeah.
I just wanted to thank Mark for the picture and thank him for his service.
Look at it. Is that a trailer park? Oh no, that's a baseball press box.
That's a baseball
press box.
Hey,
we need to get a break, but real quick.
Yeah, I've got an extra ticket to the game Saturday. Do you know what you want to do?
Yeah, have fun.
Their season ended last year. You're like the 80th person I've asked.
Their season ended last week.
No. Their season ended long before
2 weeks ago.
OSU thankful for Baker Mayfield. We're not talking special teams, offense, or defense.
Nothing.
Or my Gundy. All right, we need to take a timeout. When we come back, we're talking Crescent Tiger football.
Come on, Tigers.
And Class A football. We got to see them up close and personal. We'll come back with our report. This is the High School Huddle presented by Legacy Wealth Advisory Group.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600. Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
What makes a great bank? Financial strength, convenient hours in multiple locations, the latest financial tools. Bank First offers this and more, a lot more. In fact, Bank First employees volunteer with nonprofits, serve on school boards, church and civic groups in every city we serve. Bank First does this because we're more than just another bank. We're an integral part of 50 Oklahoma communities. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma and you. Member FDIC.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 and the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
These tenders have always been my number one. Crispy, tasty, crazy delicious. They rule.
Celebrate Celebrate Golden Chick's golden anniversary with Golden Tenders. Pick up the $6 3-tender deal today. 3 crispy hand-battered tenders, fries or mashed potatoes, a hot roll, gravy or sauce, and a 20-ounce drink. All for just $6.
50 years. You rock, Golden Chick.
Golden Chick.
At Brown Engineering, our civil and environmental engineering services specialize in water systems for rural water districts and small communities in Oklahoma. Our architectural services specialize in civic and commercial architecture for small to medium-sized communities throughout the state. For engineering projects, call Phil Brown or Mike Brown. And for architectural projects, contact Jana Phillips at 405-372-4848. Brown Engineering, Architecture and Engineering. Legacy Wealth Advisory Group, your business wealth advisory experts, provide consulting, training, and turnkey solutions for businesses and their employees. Legacy provides solutions and strategies for employee benefits, human resources, commercial insurance, estate planning, and tax planning. Visit them online at legacywag.com or contact Legacy at 405-216-5578 for a free consultation and start planning your future today.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678. Don't have time to call? Send us a text at 405-973-8645 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
It is the High School Huddle, Hot 93.7 FM, KSBI, along with Bill Van Ness back in our Stillwater studio. Phil Nichols, Casey Porter. I am Chris Evans. We are presented by Legacy Wealth Advisory Group. LegacyWag.com, LegacyWagBenefits.com.
What is Legacy Wag?
Legacy Wealth Advisory Group. We're a business advisory firm, so we do tax planning, estate planning, employee benefits, which encompasses a lot of things for companies, group health, dental, vision, Section 125 plans, 401ks, it's all that kind of stuff. And then I
saw your ad on the Crescent game the other night. Looked good.
Yeah, who did that?
We'll get to that here in just a second. But yeah, LegacyWag.com, LegacyWagBenefits.com. Class A football, and
let's go.
The Crescent Tigers remain undefeated as they really have yet to be truly tested in their first 2 games this year. Crescent took down in week number 1, Porter, 76-12. And then last Friday night, we got to see it up close and personal. Took down Rejoice Christian, 63-21. Rejoice Christian only had 1 loss going into the ball game. That was against Afton, and that was
by only 2 points.
By only 2 points, 22-20. But Crescent wins that one big, 63-21. Now the Crescent Tigers go to Edmond, Oklahoma, at Memorial, 15th Street there, and take on Oklahoma Christian Academy, another solid program in Class A football.
Crescent, I was down. The best part of what I do on Friday nights is I get to be down there with the kids and the coaches and really get to hear and experience a lot of things that you don't get to experience, if you're up in the stands.
And the fans.
The fans.
You're
they
a
were
rock
right
star.
there on top of us, too, last week.
You're a rock star.
But anyway, when I came up to the press box, we're tearing down, and everybody's gone but about 6 people, counting the 5 of us.
Yeah.
I looked at Casey and Chris, and I said, I love high school football again.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, it was so awesome being around those kids. I mean, they're playing for the person next to them. They're playing for their community. They listen to their coaches. Not one kid on that sideline ever put himself before one of his teammates. Not one time.
His coaches.
Not one time did we see that with the teammates or coaches. It gave me hope. It gave me hope.
It was
awesome.
old school to you, wasn't it?
It's like, it's old school.
And before we get to X's and O's like we will here in just a second, I remember looking over in about the 4th quarter, and it was, 50-something to 14. I can't remember what the score was, but it was something big like that. And during the break, I told Casey, look, no one's left.
Oh, yeah.
No
Everyone
one.
is still here in a blowout ball game.
We've had this debate many times. Although, obviously, OU has won 7 national titles, and that's kind of cool and be great to be a fan of that. It's fun. It's been funner throughout the years to be an OSU fan because week in and week out, you have more exciting games to follow, right?
Yeah.
Most of OU's games are like 62 to 10, and you only get 1 or 2 games a year that are even entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so, You know, I mean, that's kind of it's one of those deals to where to see a team, you know, that's winning that much,
yeah,
but still having that much amount of fun,
yeah.
You can tell there's a whole lot of hunger in that community, the way that they've responded from the advertising perspective to get their games on the air. That's been an awesome thing to watch.
Well, and I think, too, you know, it's a great storyline.
Mm-hmm.
You got coaches on the staff that were players there. You've got retired coaches that are helping out. You've got
0-10 a couple years ago.
I mean, it's just
the 12-0.
It's an incredible storyline. Let me tell you what makes it all happen. Those cats can flat play football.
Yeah, they can.
I mean, they've got
Tigers. Don't say cats. Cashin.
Well, I'm an old guy.
Okay.
Cats means a good thing. But
I know, it's teasing.
But I mean, if you want to watch smash mouth, fundamental, get in your face and knock your teeth out football, come watch Crescent Friday night at Memorial
Get you some
Stadium.
of that, huh?
Because I'm going to guarantee you, they got more than four, but they got four guys that'll knock you out.
Kevin Green and Matt Portwood would start for anybody that we've seen all year.
And so it's
and I mean on the line.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about skill kids.
I'm telling you right now, they've got 6 kids. I think they've got 6 kids that every 5A team we played with this year that we saw would find a place for those 6 kids to play somewhere on their football
Absolutely,
team.
no doubt.
Obviously, it all the big three, and we're going to talk about other players when you look at Lovett, Heskett, and a few others. You mentioned Portwood.
That kid's got a motor.
Yeah, he's good.
He's a class.
And we're leaving some kids out. too.
He's a Class A performer. But when you look at it, obviously you got Bowers, Buzz Emery, and the Musil kid. Those three, offensively and defensively, is what other coaches have to plan for.
You know, and the guy that gets, you know, the most, obviously in any team when you win, the guy that gets the most amount of publicity is always going to be the quarterback, right? Hunter Bowers.
Yep.
But the guy, to me, that makes that team go,
Buzz. There's a reason why his name's Buzz.
That doesn't. I'm not taking anything away from anybody else.
Well, because
that little dude is awsome to watch. Isn't he?
Does. You talk about a motor.
Oh,
man.
He
never comes off the field. Of course, none of those kids ever come off the field. We just mentioned, but Buzz is the kind of guy. And okay, let me just hit pause. Best interview I've done. In the last several years, if not ever, from a high school kid, was Buzz Emery.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I cannot tell you how impressed I am with all of those young men over there. Not just in football. They're great football players. These are outstanding young men.
It's amazing how that works together.
Isn't
you
it?
have great people, then you have better football teams. It's amazing how that works together.
Yeah, I mean, there's none of this me, myself, and I crud in Crescent, Oklahoma. There's a bunch of us and what can I do for you? And I mean, guys, I'm just telling you, if you want to feel great about high school football, if you want to get happy about the future of who's going to be taking care of old guys like me in the not too distant future, go hang out with these kids for a few minutes because they'll improve your disposition real quick. I can't leave this though without talking about Jake. You know that kid.
Talking about Musil.
Yeah. He gets probably the least out of those 3. I think people probably don't. They probably talk more about Buzz or more about, you know.
He does all the dirty work.
I mean, what is he, 6'3", 210 probably, 215?
Made out of complete barbed wire. Yeah.
Barbed wire, babies, a 5-strand barbed wire fence ready to eat you up. I mean, he is a mean cat when he's playing.
Yes.
The second you took the helmet off, the second the game was over, he's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, he is absolutely hilarious. So obviously, I'm a newfound fan of Crescent football, and I do want to tell if anybody's listening from Crescent, I promise you I won't have the opposing team's colors on this week.
Oh, you had the blue one last week.
I'm a Blue Jay, right? And so all I have is blue stuff. But I fixed that. I'm going to look like Johnny freaking Cash come Friday night. I mean, you're going to look down there and all you're going to see is black.
Well, and when we see that game on Friday, they're going to be taking on Oklahoma Christian Academy, Casey. Oklahoma Christian Academy runs the flex bone, and they will not have anybody close that looks like Bowers or Buzz.
I don't know, man. That running back's big. Now that running back that you'll see for OCA is a big dude, and he can run, man. I agree with you. They're not very big up front, and Crescent will have the size in the trenches, but I do think that fullback for OCA is going to give Crescent fits.
You know, there's a
I-bomb.
He's a good player, but I'll say this, and my buddies, I got a few buddies that are listening right now and watching, so they'll remember this. Our coach used to say a dog will either bite or he won't bite.
Yeah.
Well, Crescent's got some dogs that'll bite.
Yeah, and I can tell you right now, I'm not going to sit here and underestimate, and I know you're not either. That's not where I'm going with this.
Right.
I'm not going to underestimate OCA because I know there's probably Crescent people listening, and the last thing I want anybody to do is to have OCA to have any extra motivation or any Crescent kids even thinking about overlooking this team because they're legit.
And I don't think there's any way Coach would let that happen or the community of Crescent, but also don't believe those kids would allow that to happen. But I will say this. I think we've had Crescent number 1 in A-ball for a while.
Yeah.
Last week did nothing but to confirm that for me. Mm-hmm. OCA does have that kid. He's a very, very good player. And listen, there's no bad football players left.
No,
football teams
there
left.
are not. No.
There's no bad football teams left. Saying all that, I think Crescent's going to beat the brakes off those cats Friday night.
I bring this up for Oklahoma Christian Academy. They are not very big. Their biggest guys like 6'2", 200. But as much as we brag on Bishop McGinnis and being coached well, that's exactly. This is an OCA team that wins all the academics. They're smart kids. They know where to be. And yes, that flexible on offense, they'll go -3, -3, punt, -4, 2 yards, punt.
Then boom.
Boom, boom. And then so it's not going to be a cakewalk. I mean, Oklahoma Christian Academy.
Not.
And this game is in Edmonds on the road. So
I'll make a prediction right now. I bet Buzz Emery has over 150 yards, and I bet he has over 15 tackles Friday night.
Yeah,
and I bet when the game's over, I bet we're talking to him and Musil again about being co-players of the game because I'm telling you, this team, in my opinion, there's only one thing they want. They want a gold ball.
Yeah,
period.
No, that's right.
And not that the OCA kids don't, and I'm not, I mean, those are all good kids, but to your point about being smart kids that are going to line up right, those kids from Rejoice Christian were smart kids, and they lined up right, too.
Absolutely, good point. And
they lined up right, too, because the difference is if you got a bunch of Chihuahuas out there and you got some Pit Bulls on the other side, I don't care how tough your Chihuahua is.
Good point.
I just think they're out matched.
Yeah, well, I'll say another thing, and
Crescent's got to go play.
Yeah.
I mean, they got to go play, but
this may make some people mad, but nobody's ever going to convince. Well, that's never bothered me.
No, that's why I laughed. Okay, well, that's never stopped.
I'm going to go out and say right now, Crescent's going to have way, way, way tougher kids.
Oh, there's no doubt.
I mean,
if there's a tougher
the Crescent kids are made out of barbed wire. I'm sorry, they just are.
If there's a tougher group of kids playing in A-ball right now in the state of Oklahoma, please trot them on out. I want to see them. Because, I didn't know this till last week, guys, but when we went and watched them play up close and personal, wow.
Yeah, and, I've had several people this week ask me how fast the Emery kid is. And,
fast as he needs to be?
Well, and I've said, well, who's chasing him?
Yeah.
And they'll say, well, let's say so-and-so. I'll say, well, he's faster than him.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who's chasing him. He's always faster than the guy that's chasing him, right?
That's right.
I always remember saying that about Control Brothers, too.
Yeah, that's right.
The Crescent OCA winner will take on the winner between Hooker and defending state champions Hominy. And so that's
Bucks.
That could be yes, please go Bucks.
Can we spend a couple seconds on that?
Well, we got 8 minutes left in the show, counting a 5-minute commercial break.
But real quick, can we all just ask everybody to please pray for Hominy?
Yes.
I don't want to drive to Woodward the following week. That's too far. I want to go to Stillwater.
Do you know what a buck is?
That's a deer.
Well, in this case, for Hominy, Hominy bucks. It's an Osage Warrior.
Osage Warrior.
Goodness.
Hey, real
Homany's
quick,
an Osage County.
Cash's season comes to an end. Afton takes them down 40-14. Oh, by the way, the other A5 team that's still playing is Morrison, and they're hosting Thomas Fay. I like Morrison in that ball game. I think it's going to be. And Afton, by the way, is at Minko, and that's been a good series over the last couple of years. Coach Wardlaw now at Minko, so we will see how that and the final few teams in this Class A bracket. I mean, this is 8 good teams, and so the Final Four will be really interesting to see who gets there, and obviously in the state championship
Scroll to the top
game.
there. Let me see that's the top 2. I think would be surprises to a lot of people looking at that. When you're looking at Thomas and Morrison, I don't think a lot of people had those people advancing.
Yeah.
So that's our class breakout. We got to get our final timeout. When we come back, we're going to wrap it up. This is the High School Huddle presented by Legacy Wealth Advisory Group.
Legacy Wealth Advisory Group, your business wealth advisory experts, provide consulting, training, and turnkey solutions for businesses and their employees. Legacy provides solutions and strategies for employee benefits, human resources, commercial insurance, estate planning, and tax planning. Visit them online at legacywag.com or contact Legacy at 405-216-5578 for a free consultation and start planning your future today.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, Eskridge Chevrolet is a proud supporter of Guthrie High School sports. This season, Eskridge Chevrolet at I-35 in Guthrie is cheering you the whole way and will help you score a game-winning deal in getting the new or used vehicle that you need. Don't worry about your credit history. Eskridge Chevy can get you approved. Come see us at Eskridge Chevrolet, just a short drive to I-35 and the Guthrie exit on Division Street. Call 1-800-NEW-CHEVY or visit EskridgeChevy.com.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
What makes a great bank? Financial strength, convenient hours in multiple locations, the latest financial tools. Bank First offers this and more, a lot more. In fact, Bank First employees volunteer with nonprofits, serve on school boards, church and civic groups in every city we serve. Bank First does this because we're more than just another bank. We're an integral part of 50 Oklahoma communities. Bank First, loyal to Oklahoma and you. Member FDIC.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Lewis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Lewis Turney a call at 282-7600. At Brown Engineering, our civil and environmental engineering services specialize in water systems for rural water districts and small communities in Oklahoma. Our architectural services specialize in civic and commercial architecture for small to medium-sized communities throughout the state. For engineering projects, call Phil Brown or Mike Brown. And for architectural projects, contact Jana Phillips at 405-372-4848. Brown Engineering, Architecture and Engineering. F&M Bank is a neighborhood bank with 8 branches and 17 ATM locations across 4 counties in central Oklahoma. F&M Bank can help you with all of your personal, business, and agricultural banking needs, or simply add efficiency to your business. Check out F&M Bank with online and mobile banking at www.fmbankok.com or download their app and have all of their services in the palm of your hand. F&M Bank is a neighbor you can count on. F&M Bank, member FDIC.
These tenders have always been my number one. Crispy, tasty, crazy delicious. They rule.
Celebrate Golden Chick's golden anniversary with Golden Tenders. Pick up the $6 3-tender deal today. 3 crispy hand-battered tenders, fries or mashed potatoes, a hot roll, gravy or sauce, and a 20-ounce drink. All for just $6.
50 years. You rock, Golden Chick.
Golden Chick.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678. Don't have time to call? Send us a text at 405-973-8645 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
Final segment, High School Huddle, LegacyWag.com, LegacyWagBenefits.com. Legacy Wag is the title sponsor of this High School Huddle. Just we're a 2-minute offense, guys. We got to get this in here quickly.
Good grief. Got the wrong guys here.
I know. Kingfisher blows a chance. John Marshall without Devontae Lee has a hamstring injury. John Marshall wins that one 51-35. John Marshall is rewarded with a trip to Idabel.
Yeah.
See ya.
That's a weird deal. That's a weird deal going to Idabel. John Marshall is.
Yeah.
I don't.
Idabel wins that game, don't they? Without Lee.
Well, the Easton kid came in and did a good job against Kingfisher.
I wouldn't.
Rashawn Woods has gone NFL college style, not telling if Devontae Lee, if he was ready to go. I think he would say he's ready to go. I don't think he's going to be able to play.
Yeah, and of course Kingfisher was without their stud,
correct,
in that ball game as well, Cross-White. So I mean,
boy, they had it
game.
right there. Gosh, they had it right there.
Sequoia Tahlequah takes down Berry Hill 32-20. So
I told you last week.
Yeah, it's the Sequoia Tahlequah Jones
You were
matchup.
on fire last week, dude.
I won't repeat exactly how I set it up last week and how they were going to win. We did get some tweets about that, but I will say that
you were right.
I will say I did pick Sequoia.
You were right.
Real quickly, Class 2A football. I said it was going to have to happen. I didn't want it to, but my Hennessy Eagles, who I was just propping up after losing 6 games in a row to begin the season, won the last 5.
Great season for the kids.
But yeah, they ran into a Davis team, one of the Blue Bloods out there. But it was 40-27, a close game there. And the other game that would bring
I like any town that has a golden chick in it.
Yes.
Yeah, I root for any town with a golden chick.
Well, I'm not sure if Alva has one, but Alva 14-7 over Lindsay. Alva hosting Adair this weekend. Millwood, the upcoming state champions in Class 2A, is on the road to Vian.
Hey, Phil, do you know what Alva's mascot is?
Yes.
What is it?
Don't know.
It's a symbol of excellence.
It's a symbol of excellence.
How do you guys know this
The
stuff?
gold
bugs.
Okay, seriously, were you guys dorks in high school or something? Because you guys know more stuff.
Well,
I know you weren't.
I'm glad in high school you were, because that means we're not dorks anymore.
No,
that's a compliment,
you guys are
right?
fine, and I know you weren't dorks in high school, especially the night you got your car stolen, Casey. Give me some, baby. Give me some.
We're not sharing that story.
We're not sharing that story. Dad's listening.
But anyway, how do you know this stuff?
I don't know. I've just always loved high school sports in Oklahoma. First of all,
Probably
I love the
because
state
I didn't
of
grow
Oklahoma.
up in Oklahoma.
I love the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I'll just drive around through all the small towns in the back.
Yeah.
Go to all the Ace Hardwares and all the mom and pops hardware stores and mom and pop restaurants. I just loved it. And then I love sports too, so it's a perfect deal.
I do got to say this real quick. One of the comments on the deal said, undefeated district champs shouldn't have to go on the road. Third round small schools should be neutral site.
OSSAA says you can only play 2 home games at home.
So don't make you go on the road.
Crescent Tigers undefeated district champions.
They should be having another home game. I think they've earned it. I mean, 5A you get to do quarterfinal games at home, don't you? First 2 rounds.
No, but everybody gets a trophy.
Oh, that's right, YMCA.
Everybody gets a trophy.
That's right, YMCA.
Well, isn't that what you were saying about the OSSAA a couple weeks ago?
Oh, yeah.
That's a great topic, but we're going to have to keep it for next week.
You know who doesn't need YMCA rules?
Who's that?
Crescent Tigers.
The Crescent Tigers.
All right.
They're not going to need. That's not going to make any difference. Crescent Tigers go on the road.
Roll Tigers, roll.
We are out of here. We appreciate you listening. Great audience tonight, and for Bill Van Ness back in our Stillwater studio, appreciate him pushing the buttons, getting us on the air. For Phil Nichols, Casey Porter, I'm Chris Evans. This is the High School Huddle, presented by Legacy Wealth Advisory Group.
This has been the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM. Be sure to tune in next week as we break down more of the top games and news from across the state of Oklahoma.